SVG's Jason Dackman. I'm excited to have Zander from DAZN with me here. DAZN, certainly an organization that we've seen grow tremendously over the last few years since launching in 2017. First and foremost, welcome and thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Good to be here.
So Zander, you guys have been very busy lately, adding to the rights portfolio globally as well as domestically in the U.S. Tell us some of the exciting news lately for you guys.
Yeah, so just this past week introduced our global deal with LIV Golf. So that, I think, an exciting one piece of content to add to the platform, and I think speaks to sort of our global reach in terms of being able to sort of light something up in 200 plus countries. The broadcast rights for those are exclusive in about 7 to 10 countries, and then elsewhere non-exclusive. And we're going to actually, at least initially, put all of the content ahead of the paywall. So one of the sort of a key marquee right for us on the freemium side, which is a strategy that we sort of launched in earnest, I'd say, a year and a half ago, and have really been trying to build out. And then another sort of big news moment recently was the Foxtel acquisition, which obviously hasn't closed yet, but we announced a couple months ago where we're acquiring Foxtel in Australia. Lots of work, I think, to be done there after the fact, but sort of catapults us overnight into sort of the #1 position from a broadcaster perspective in Australia, and I think is something we're really excited about, and speaks to, I think, the speed with which, France is another example of what we did this season with Ligue 1, but speaks to the speed with which we can sort of execute and move to localize our product and supersize it when we need to.
And again, all of those deals reflect that evolution of DAZN over time, be it Australia, be it Europe, be it in North America. We've certainly seen your guys' not just rights portfolio, but market awareness grow and features within the platform itself. How have you seen DAZN evolve? What are some of the things that you're most proud of?
For sure, I think a couple of points to touch on there. One are just global growth, to your point. We obviously started in 2017 in Japan, and then Canada and Germany shortly thereafter. We, over time, sort of had, call it 8 to 10 large core markets, and then in 2020 launched our global platform globally in 200 plus countries. That's been a great tool for us to then go and supersize markets with actual data and learnings, and also go to rights holders with an opportunity to open up the globe as opposed to select regions. And I think as we look across the rights landscape, more and more deals, I think, are getting done on a pan-regional or global basis, and so that's been big for us. And then to your point, I think a lot of what we were doing initially was probably, if I'm being honest, just duplicating the linear environment on a connected device, whether that be your phone, TV, and really just concentrating on getting the core streaming experience right.
Getting the content out there.
Exactly. Right? Obviously critical from a launch perspective, but I think really in the last 2 to 3 years, what we've done is try to expand our feature set, not only from an interactive activity and personalization perspective, but how can we also add incremental ways that fans can consume with sports outside of the streaming experience. So whether that's DAZN Bet, which is launched in 5 markets now, our deal with Fanatics, where we've integrated an DAZN e-commerce store into the app, to ticketing. We've done a bunch of stuff to sort of augment the experience with the ultimate goal of becoming the core digital home for sports fans globally, and allowing them to interact with sports beyond streaming in all the ways that they want to. So we're really excited about that. I think it's very early days in that, and we've done some good proof points, but continue to sort of look at that flywheel and what are other areas we want to go into is something we're definitely focused on going forward.
If DAZN can serve as the axis and the hub, right, and then you have betting, you have merch, you have ticketing, all those things around it, you're going to create that muscle memory, you're going to reduce that churn. In terms of upcoming in 2025, I know there have been some announcements in terms of some big events that you guys have. What are you most excited about in the next, say, 9 to 10 months?
Yeah, I think this summer is really big. So we acquired the FIFA Club World Cup on a global basis. So we'll be showing that in every country around the world. We acquired those rights exclusively. And again, similar to LIV Golf, we're actually putting all of the games ahead of the paywall as well. So a big pillar. That event is obviously taking place in the US. So a big sort of moment, we think, for us to grow our appeal and awareness in the US. As you mentioned, we sort of have different awareness in different markets, and you've seen us do certain sub-licensing deals to give a certain amount of games to broadcasters in certain markets with the goal of creating broader awareness and then funneling people into the DAZN application after that.
Sure.
So I think near-term priority, the Club World Cup is probably the one that stands out the most, running from sort of June to July, and things are coming together very quickly on that, and so that's sort of our biggest focus area, and thing that I guess if we could highlight one thing for now, that would be it.
It's coming right around the corner, no question, and it'll be a really, really big event. So Zander, thanks so much for taking the time. Really, really appreciate it.
For sure.